All right, you guys, welcome to the week. Let's see what wants to come through. Got a big week ahead. Mercury's direct now. Woohoo! All right. So that happened on Friday. Thank goodness. All right. So let's see what we're doing this week. We've got the equinox on the 20th. We've got Libra season starting on the 22nd. So we've got a lot happening. This week we are going to be doing some self-love and self-care. If you're part of our heart healing group, that is a class that's going to be free to you. So if you've been thinking about joining our heart healing group, this is a great week to do it. Jen Huber is going to be with us doing self-love versus self-care and giving you a ton of tools. All right. So if you want to jump on heart healing, this is a good time. Let's see what's going on. Get yourself nice and balanced for Libra season. Oh yeah, baby. Check it out. Meditate. For real. For real. Relief. Death. Okay, I can see you're not in a buoyant mood today. No, this is really about letting go of things that need to be let go of. Okay, and there may be some too much stuff going on in the world. So what's really being asked of you is to kind of just settle down. Like some of you may need a break. Some of you need to chill. It's okay. Everything's going to be cool. All right. This is also, we're moving into Scorpio season in another month. So it's like time to prepare for that transformation by like offloading anything that's not weighing you down. I don't really feel like it's weighing you down. I feel like maybe you don't know it's weighing you down until after it changes. So let's see where we go with the reading. For whoever needs to hear this message in the extended, I will pull some cards for each zodiac sign just to give you some specific advice. Okay, it's the advice piece of this. Let's see where we go. What wants to come through this week? Message for the collective, please. All right. 9 of Wands. Okay, I see it already. Lovers. I know, Mary Jo. 7 of Swords. Knight of Cups. There's definitely this kind of wobbly back and forth love relationship here. 8 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. I'm going to take the 3 of Pentacles. All right. So I'm kind of feeling here. All right. I saw it. Okay. The devil energy. So there's something here about balancing, first of all, day-to-day living with a romantic ideal. There's something here about balancing financial windfall, which may be coming, with day-to-day living experience, or no, not experience, day-to-day living sort of life cycles, right? We go in cycles, we have routines, we do all these kinds of things. We're creatures of habit. There's a lot of comfort around having certain rituals, having certain ways of doing things, a favorite coffee shop, a place where you like to go. These are things that make us feel anchored and good about what's going on in our life. There's something here that's very wobbly. Okay, this relationship, and it could just be about a pattern in relationship that it's just kind of highlighting to you that if you've had this kind of boomerang kind of experience with people, if you've had a kind of flash in the pan pattern where things heat up really fast and then they cool down, if you've had this sense of whatever the pattern is, okay, I think you get the idea. Whatever the pattern is, I feel like that's what's being healed now. And walking away from some kind of fantasy about what love is, or about what life is, or what my work is, or how money works, or all this kind of stuff, and more anchoring into something. We're still in Virgo season, okay? And as we get into Libra season, we do want to be a little more balanced and out of this idea of either everything's too hard or everything should be bright and breezy, right? Everything requires effort. Everything. All right. So when you start something off and you put effort into it, you put feeling behind it, then you're manifesting new opportunities, right? You're manifesting new opportunities. This does feel like it's both about money and love here, that any kind of patterns this is a really good time before we get into Libra season. So before the equinox this week, early this week, before we get there, It's a really good time to take a look at your patterns, and can you see them repeating, or can you see a pattern showing up right now that um, maybe you don't want to see? Just saying, okay? Maybe there's something going on that you're like, wow, I have this fantasy in my head that this relationship in the beginning was super easy. But then when I look back on it, it really wasn't, right? It's just easy compared to now, or something like that. When I look back on the beginning of Soulful Revolution, it required a lot of effort, just like effort is always required of anything that's worth having. Okay. And putting effort towards something and having intention towards building and growing, that's what helps it build and grow. It's not like, oh, it requires effort, so that means like it's not for me or something like that. I feel like there's a lot of you who have a pattern around that, that once something requires effort, there's a mental construct that says, oh, well, this is resistance. And resistance means it's not for me. And I'm just going to say to you that that's not what that means. Resistance means, are you willing to put in the time and effort? We are in Virgo season after all. Are you willing to put in the required effort and the required intention? Are your head and your heart in alignment about this? Are you out of phase? Are you thinking one thing like, this should be easier? Why do you think that? And the heart saying, but this is something I really want, right? Like, are you out of phase here? And I think that that's something to look at. King of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Hanged Man, everything in our life, everything in our 3D life is our lessons. They're all lessons. They're all growth experiences. They're all showing us different pieces of ourselves. Yes, and glimmers of success, glimmers of future love, and all of this kind of stuff can make us, when it gets pulled back, or maybe we have to do more than we thought, there can be this feeling of like, oh, I thought, I thought this was supposed to be smooth sailing. If this was really for me, if I'm on my mission and purpose, why isn't this smooth sailing? Right. And I think that that's a misconception, because there is no such thing in the 3D life. In the quantum plane, there's no time. Everything is immediate. Bum bum bum. And there can be this sense of, in my 3D life, why do things have to be so hard? I feel like there's a sense of like, go back into oneself, go back into your connection with spirit, ask that question, like, what am I missing here? What needs to be released? What kind of, now it could be a couple things. It could be the way you're thinking about it, or it could be the way you're doing it. So either way, there's an answer that's coming through spirit right now. And if money is hard, why is money hard? What are my patterns around money? What is my preconceived idea around money? What do I believe to be true about money? And I feel like we're really changing up our beliefs about it. And what do I believe about love? What do I believe to be true about love? What are my patterns around love? That's what's being asked of us right now. The Ace of Wands, look, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. Aces are potential. Still have to put effort behind them, right? You still have to be aligned. Head and heart needs to be in convergence for things to move forward. Think about that. When your mind and your heart are in sync, it's like it is easier. That is the ease. It still requires the same amount of effort. It still requires the doing. It still requires the being. It still requires all this. But it seems effortless because you're like, yep, I'm totally in alignment. When I'm out of alignment, when I think it should be one thing and my heart says, I really want this, and there's something else going on, maybe there's a pattern going on, that's the thing to look at. What's the pattern, or what's the thing that's out of convergence? Okay. So there's a new idea coming through, a new beginning, a new opportunity to plant the seeds of the future. Queen of Swords, Five of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. Wow. So this is the resistance here. The Hanged Man is asking you to surrender to a spiritual connection in order to gain relief, instead of having this kind of driving with the parking brake on feeling. Okay, this feels like I'm letting go of something that I really loved. I'm on the fence about things. I'm holding back because of money. Like, there's a lot of resistance here Talk to me about that. Five of Cups. This goes to love. This goes to the money piece, and this goes to the few. Okay. So there's loss around love, especially it's interesting that the Three of Cups are knocked over. So, and the Seven of Swords is here. So if one of your patterns is about third parties, it's like that's the pattern to look at right now. If one of your patterns in money is this sense of like, I should just be not putting in any effort and just kind of like thinking about things and kind of, Two of Pentacles is very much a juggling of a lot of things. Maybe you get too many irons in the fire, you're not putting any effort into one of them. Okay. So that's kind of a thing. And then the Four of Pentacles is a holding on to what was. And things are changing, things are moving forward, new opportunities are coming in. So let's get rid of some preconceived notions around and patterns. Like let's really get radically honest about the patterns that we have with love and with money. It comes from family. Both of these things come from family. Both patterns in love and patterns in money come from family. What did my money, what did my mother, what did my father, what did my family believe around love? What did my family believe around money? What were the things that they told me that have now become convictions? Right? Money doesn't grow on trees. Super happy love is only for the few. All the good ones are taken, right? Like, what are the things? What are those things? And this is the thing that needs to be changed. Death. Okay. These are the patterns. Bring them conscious, look at them, understand why you believe them. And then there is a time for upending them right now. Equal day, equal night. Okay. So we're having this kind of balance. Two of Pentacles, the Sun, Fool, Queen of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. You see, there's passion, there's effort, there's freedom, there's joy. Joy is an essential component. It really is. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Sag. Personally, that's a big, important thing for me. If I don't have joy in a relationship, or if I don't have joy in some part of my work, then things get really hard for me, because I do believe at my core that, and it is one of the things that I kind of look for as a piece of the puzzle, that joy must be part of it. Step into service, do those things, service, the Knight of Pentacles here. Does that bring you joy? What brings you joy? What brings you joy? And is it super joyful to see people fix a pattern under your tutelage? Is it super joyful for you to feel like what you're doing is appreciated by other people? Thanks for the comments, by the way. What is the joy here? Is the joy in connection? I love my heart healing group. I love my Pathfinders. I love my astrology group. I get to connect with you guys. I get to know you guys. I get to know you guys. And that's what brings me satisfaction. So, when I hear your questions, and when we do you ask me to pull cards, or you ask me, for my opinion about certain things, I get to know you a little bit better. And that's satisfaction for me, because I can see the growth over time. Pathfinders has been off the chain amazing. You guys are off the chain amazing. The tarot certification people, I've been talking to all of you in one-on-ones. You guys are amazing. Like, it's just so gratifying to see that that's the result of effort that I have put in, that I have attracted you all to me, which is awesome. That's satisfaction, and that's joyful to me. So what is the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles? Getting big spirit chills on that one. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands, World, Two of Wands, Temperance. What did I say about Sag? Okay, so there's something here about asking for help. Okay, and I think sometimes we really think we can go it alone. And we have good people around us who do a lot of great work. My video editor, Jude, big shout out to you. My partner in crime, Colleen. You guys are really awesome and very much appreciated by me. And I just want you to know that, because that's part of the satisfaction, right? It's super fun to come up with new ideas. It's super fun for us to be like, how could this be, how can we make this more of service? What topics are we looking at and things like that? Well, let's you tell us, you inform us. So this King of Wands, the world, it's like the way to go forward is to close out of an old thing. So if you kind of look back to the beginning of a relationship, you're in a tough spot right now, maybe. And you look back and it looks rosy and cheery and everything's perfect. I'm going to challenge you on that, because I'm going to say, like, remember all of the anxiety you had around the beginning of the relationship? Remember. And it's just a different kind of challenge. Okay. So it's not that maybe some parts of it were super easy. True. Okay. Otherwise you wouldn't still be there, because it would be too hard to be like, oh my God. But everything has an arc. I was thinking about this morning. Every relationship, job, career has an arc to it, right? A beginning, a middle, and end. Everything has a beginning, a middle, and an end. This middle part of it, where you're kicking on all cylinders, things are great, things seem to be, more good than challenging, right? This wave doesn't go away. It moves. Okay? It moves. So the challenge is move you around the game board a little bit. So it's not just like, okay, we're doing the same thing and then it ends. Boom. This big part in the middle here is now somewhere else, right? It's now somewhere else. There's this big wave of where you had satisfaction. Now, 10 years into a marriage, where's that wave of satisfaction now? It's probably different than in the beginning of the relationship, when you were just getting to know each other. Now there's a sense of familiarity. So where's the wave now? What is the thing we can move to now that's going to bring tremendous satisfaction to us? And you're also 10 years older. So just as an individual, you probably have other ideas about what you like to do and where you want to go. Maybe 10 years ago, you guys were into partying and all that kind of stuff, and you had this big group of friends that went to followed this band around the country or whatever you did. And now 10 years later, you've got like 2 little kids. So where's the wave now? Where's the high points now? Well, it's probably enjoying the children and connecting with other people who also have children and doing fun things around the family. And then later on, when you're in retirement or you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever it is, then where's the wave now? So it's not that everything has to end, okay? Certain phases end. And then other ones begin. So it's time for us to kind of look at that. And I feel like some phase might be coming to an end. It's like the end of the beginning, not the beginning of the end. The end of the beginning, okay? And now we're into this middle time where we're searching more for the wave. What's the new wave? And looking at patterns, looking at things realistically from the past. Also, the Hanged Man. I'm going to clarify the Hanged Man. Justice. There's Libra, King of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords. Wow. Okay. Magician. Gonna do this. 9 of Pentacles. There's something here. This is now like a little micro story. Isn't that weird? This was all like super big picture to me, but this seems like micro story to me. There's some kind of person that you're dealing with. This could be a love relationship that's starting to climb that hill, right? We're starting to get into the meat of it, or we're even getting into the next wave of it. Maybe you've known this person for a while. There's some ending coming along, and it's like, do you want to continue? You get a choice. Do you want to continue with this or don't you? Do you want to find the next wave or don't you? That's what's being asked here. It does require, I'm noticing more and more how much of this kind of finding the wave requires self-confidence. It's much more than you might think. That how we talk about this a lot in the Heart Healing group about the stories you tell yourself. And if you tell yourself that, oh, well, this was super easy in the beginning and now it's getting complicated and I should make it simplified, or I should remove myself, or I should just end this, or something like that. I feel like what's on offer to you is this is something that needs your attention to find the next wave. And self-confidence, we tell ourselves the story of, I can do this. I found the next wave before. I know you have. I found the next joyful experience in this. I'm going to be feeling, once I feel into my spiritual connection, there's going to be answers coming in for me. I'm going to be grounding myself, and wow, what a relief that is, because change is coming, and let's change with the wave. Let's find the new wave, find the new crest, and let things fall away that do want to fall away. But I feel like some of you are coming into this next wave because we have the tens and we have closure here, 10 Wheel of Fortune, and then we have some aces here. And we also the sun and the fool. So there's new beginning and there's closing. And so it's just about you kind of like swinging from one vine to another. Okay? Find the next wave. Good show. All right. So in the extended, I'll pull some cards for each zodiac sign and give you some specific advice for yourself. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Link is below if you want to continue with me. See you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.